Welcome to another Theorymon Thursday, where the tournament hosts have announced one Pokemon that must be on every team. It is mandatory, and we figured the rest out ourselves. This one was announced, I think, quite a bit later than the hosts originally intended. They didn't announce the Pokemon until well into today. And actually, I only finished building my team a few minutes ago and scrambled to submit, but it's just Sunroom with Rampardos in what would normally be a Gallade slot. There are a couple things I like about this. One, Rampardos is slow. My first thought was actually to slap a Choice Scarf onto it and just spam Rock Slide. But by playing Trick Room instead, I hopefully can afford to run a Clear Amulet and Protect. And Rampardos has a crazy high attack stat, so with Sheer Force and no Intimidate to worry about, those Rock Slides should hit pretty hard. And then the other thing is, last night I was having fun in Standard Reg H with throwing off Rock Slides and Earthquakes together with Terraflying Tyranitar and Garchomp. This time it's Terraflying Rampardos and Ursaluna, and hopefully I'll get to do some more of the same. I actually caught myself, I was just about to make a very late change to my team sheet, looking to put Terra Blast on Rampardos somewhere, because I am a little concerned about fighting types, but hey, I do have a Size Spam mode to cover that, and I just don't want to make a change this late. If the last Pokemon is cut off, it's Hisui and Lilligant, as you can see. Taking inspiration from something I ran into recently, I think, on the ladder. I'm running Solar Blade and Close Combat, also to help me cover for bulky water types and steel types. And Hydreigon, which this team doesn't have an amazing matchup into. I figured both attacks are valuable to complement the Rampardos. So it's Covert Cloak, Hisui, and Lilligant. Maybe I should change that, but I'm not going to. The tournament starts in like 3 minutes. It's just Covert Cloak with, I was thinking about a Focus Sash, but no, it's Covert, Focus Sash, Terra Ghost might have been the way to go, but Covert Cloak, it is. Sleep Powder, Solar Blade, Close Combat, After You, Chlorophyll, very fast, you know the drill. Of course, Rampardos can also benefit from the After You in much the same way that Torkoal can. I'm not saying this team is necessarily going to be good, but Rampardos was announced on very short notice. I didn't really see the vision with my first thought of Scarf Rampardos, and my second thought was pretty easy to build out. You just slap it onto a fairly standard team. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Looks like 12 people registered. Not everyone has checked in yet. I hope they all do. Tournament starting in 2 minutes, I think. Yeah, I feel like Terra Blast might have been good on the Rampardos. I didn't put a ton of thought into his coverage moves. Tried to kind of round things out. I wanted to put Ice Punch, but apparently it doesn't learn that. Only Fire Punch and Thunder Punch. I think Terra Blast might have been worthwhile, but I'm not changing the team sheet now. The tournament starts in 1 minute. That's just a recipe for some kind of awkward team sheet error, I think. Does it count me as a viewer when I watch my own stream in the YouTube studio? That would explain some of the numbers I was seeing last night. Oh, whatever. We'll keep an eye on that. Best we can. I do want to play these Theorymon Thursdays whenever I can. I really like I enjoy team building with extra restrictions. I always have, like, since I was playing Gen 3 OU on Net Battle. So I like the Theorymon Thursday premise a lot. And like I'll try to play as many as I can, at least in the next little bit. Which is why I'm here on such short notice for Rampardos. Rampardos, I don't think it's going to be good. It's kind of an interesting Pokemon. It's a Pokemon that feels like you should be able to do something with it. But I'm not confident that you can. But we're going to find out. Okay, looks like the tournament has started. couple of people didn't check in. Only 10 players, unfortunate, but I can kind of understand. The opponent has Scarf Rampardos. Head Smash, Rock Slide, Thunder Punch, Zen Headbutt. I did think about Zen Headbutt too, actually. They have Rabombi, Setting Tailwind, Serena, Mousehold. That's an interesting Mousehold set. Technician, Wide Lens, Protect, Population Bomb, Encore, Thunderwave, Ace Primarina, and they have Volcarona. If I can get Trick Room up, then I think that's going to be difficult for them. But if they have a way to deny me Trick Room, which I haven't really thought through yet, then it's going to be difficult for me. Oh, they challenged me first. And allons-y. On y va. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, so I want Trick Room up. My setters are Indeedee and Armarouge, unsurprisingly. Oh, gonna accept open team sheets. I mean, I feel like with Indeedee and Armarouge, it's also a Rocky Helmet Indeedee because I figure a lot of people are using Mousehold these days. I feel like I can get Trick Room up fine with those guys. And then I'll bring my Rampardos for sure. Rock Slide is pretty good into a lot of this team. And I could bring Torkoal, but I kind of want to just bring Ursaluna and see if I can get the Rock Slide Earthquake play going here in Game 1 of the tournament. They have Sunny Day on their Rabombi. Benefits the Volcarona, but also benefits a chunk of my team. But yeah, I'm just going to go hard for Trick Room here, because I think they have a lot of trouble dealing with that. And I'm not winning a fast game against this team, most likely. Not with that Rabombi giving them speed control. While I wait for them to make... no, I'm not going to mess around with other windows right now while I wait for them. We'll just wait. It's fine. I don't know if there's a rule about the timer in these tournaments, but I'm not really sweating it. I guess the hosts could be, though. If these rounds take a while. They have a schedule that they have to worry about, but I don't know. Okay, here we go. It's Volcarona and Serena against Indeedee and Armarouge. I didn't check for Struggle Bug on the Volcarona, but I can confirm now it doesn't have it. Power Whip, Triple Axle, Knockoff, U-Turn. I feel pretty safe to just follow me and... I don't have Trick Room on the Armarouge? I meant to have Trick Room on the Armarouge. That's a pure team sheet error. That's what I get for finishing my team hastily in the last few minutes before the tournament. This is the kind of content you're getting tonight. Armarouge is supposed to have Trick Room, not Protect, but it doesn't, so I'll Terra Fairy and Indeedee and try to set Trick Room with that, and I'll just go for an Expanding Force, I guess. Yeah, I think Indeedee is more important than Armarouge here because, surprise, it turns out it's my only Trick Room setter. I'm actually going to protect Armarouge, though, around a possible knockoff. It's a surprise to me, as much as anyone else, that Indeedee is my only Trick Room setter tonight. But yeah, we Terra Fairy around the knockoff just fine there, and we can just Helping Hand, Covert Cloak, Terra Steel. But Volcarona isn't really an offensive threat into Armarouge right now. Terra Water... Yeah, we can just, I think we can just Helping Hand, Expanding Force. Don't think the Terra Water makes much difference here. Both Pokemon just drop. Okay, you get in Rampardos and Mousehold. It is Scarf Rampardos, and it is not Friend Guard Mousehold. It's Helping Hand and Expanding Force again, I think. Mousehold protects, that's fine. Rampardos will go down here. And... Helping Hand and Expanding Force again. Maybe they'll forget I have Aura Sphere. I can get them with that in game 2. Bro through Assault Vest. Yeah, Expanding Force, Armarouge in Psychic Terrain with a Helping Hand. Pretty powerful. Anyway, we go to game 2 here. I can change my leads if I want now that I know that Armarouge doesn't have Trick Room. The good news is I copied directly from my Pokepaste for everything, so the team sheet error will be consistent between my sheet and the team I'm actually using. When I say team sheet error, I mean that I just put the wrong move on my Pokemon. But there shouldn't be an error. I'll check on Limitless after this, but I don't see any way that there could be an error on my team sheet compared to what I'm using. So do I want to lead something else instead of Armarouge? I could lead Lilligant. No, that's silly. Indeedee for sure. Honestly, I think Armarouge is fine. I'll bring Rampardos and Ursaluna again. They lead Rabombi and Rampardos this time. They have Mold Breaker, so they can get a Rock Slide flinch. Wouldn't love to see that, but am I just going to Terra Fairy around a possible Pollen Puff? Honestly, why not? This will make Indeedee resist Pollen Puff, and then hopefully Rampardos can't just knock it out. I'll just make the same turn 1 play as last game. If this doesn't work, now I know for game 3. Not going to worry about the timer again because I don't know what rules this tournament might or might not have for that. And okay with me if my opponent takes their time. Yeah, the Terra Rock Rampardos might get me here. Ooh, not quite. And no flinch. So here I will Dazzling Gleam and Expanding Force. This will KO Rabombi through the Sash, and I'm not worried about Rampardos taking Expanding Force. Exactly. Yep. Get past the Focus Sash there, and they forfeit. GG's. I forgot to say good luck, have fun. I need to get better at that. They left before I said GG's. Maybe I can catch them on Limitless. I've seen this in the Discord and I didn't remark on it. Apparently, at least a couple of people, it looks like maybe 3 people in this tournament didn't bring Rampardos, which I think means they're disqualified. Rampardos is mandatory in this tournament, but 3 out of 10, that's not great, but we'll see. It looks like that might have been the last round 1 set to finish. It may be some people were forfeited because they didn't bring Rampardos. I don't know, but we're going to jump right into round 2 in a moment. And so far, so good, despite my team builder mix-up. Oh yeah, let's actually check my team sheet. Just to be sure, I'm sure everything will match because I was copying and pasting everywhere. Yeah, it does show Protect on Armarouge. Okay. Well, we'll just have to play around that. Someone brought Pom-Pom Oricorio with Quaquaval and Volcarona, but unfortunately they didn't bring Rampardos, so I think they will just not get to contend. Schedule says 4 rounds of Swiss, but if we are dropping people, then I'm not sure. I'm not sure. This could be a very short one. We'll see. I didn't get to use my Rampardos in that set. Indeedee and Armarouge won the whole thing themselves, so haven't really seen what Rampardos can do yet. A Terra Rock Rampardos I kind of thought would do more damage with the Rock Slide, but my Indeedee tanked that pretty nicely. So not a great case for Rampardos made so far tonight, but still some more Pokemon to play. Maybe 3 more rounds of Swiss, we'll see, and then some kind of top cut if I make that. And so far so good, 1-0. Not sure. I think the host might be doing something else at the same time as running this. Not exactly sure what the delay is in getting round 2 up. They said hang on a couple minutes ago, so whatever it is, I'm sure they'll sort it out soon. This was a quick round. Look at the metagame tab while I wait. Yeah, Rampardos is on 70% of teams, which means 30% of people are using ineligible teams. And then nothing else over 3 uses. Incineroar, Primarina, and Rillaboom all at 3, and then 2 or 1 for the rest of the field, including the likes of, well, 1 use each, including the likes of Pikachu, Dunsparce, Armarouge, Ursaluna, Hisui, and Lilligant. I have the only ones of those. There's a Frostmoth, there's a Serperior, there's a Hatterene, but it's not on my team, so that's interesting. Someone brought Rampardos, Farigiraf, Incineroar, Primarina, Serperior, and Hatterene. So there is a Serperior team, but I'm not using it this time. That seems like a reasonable go at a Serperior team. Incineroar, Primarina, Serperior was kind of my starting point for the first version of mine. I don't know what the rest of the pieces do, but maybe we'll find out. Like, people are complaining about flinches in the Discord. I wonder what the ability split is on the Rampardos in this tournament. I brought Sheer Force. That last one we faced had Mold Breaker. Anyway, we are now down to 7 players, as I guess 3 have been dropped for using ineligible teams. Round 2 is up. My opponent has an interesting team. Keep an eye out for a challenge from them because they're not talking on Limitless so far. But they are checked in for the round. They have another Scarf Rampardos. This one Terra Flying with Sheer Force, Rock Slide, Terra Blast, Fire Punch, Crunch. I don't really know what Crunch is for, but that's probably closer to the best version of mine, apart from the Scarf thing. They have Incineroar, Overcloak Primarina with Perish Song, and they have a Gothitelle, so they do have a Perish Trap mode if they want. They have Garganacl, and they have Rillaboom, so it's some bulky balance stuff with Scarf Rampardos as well. Might be hard for me to get Trick Room up with my 1 Trick Room setter against this, especially when that's also my redirector. But maybe Terra Fairy and DD just carries this again, I don't know. They asked for my showdown name, so I think they're probably going to challenge me. Keep an eye out for that. Tell them good luck, have fun, and Limitless chat, because they said that to me. They said some other stuff too, but it doesn't matter. Nothing rude, just like a little wordy. I'm not trying to denigrate my opponent. Just like reminded me to accept open team sheets and whatnot. Which of course is mandatory in these tournaments. Go. I have their team sheet in Limitless anyway, but it's convenient to have it here. So there is a rule about that. Now we're playing with timer. I mean, I think we can pencil in DD into a lead spot. How do they try to stop it? They have Incineroar. They have Scarf Rampardos. Could lead my Rampardos with Indeedee. Bring Ursaluna in the back, and let's just bring Armarouge again. Mix it up a little bit. They actually lead Primarina Gothitelle. Are they just going to try to Perish Sing me right away? They have Fake Out on the Gothitelle, but it won't work in Psychic Terrain. It will work if they switch Rillaboom in, but I'm just going to chance it. I mean, I don't want to Protect on Indeedee, and I won't Protect Armarouge. If they do switch Rillaboom in and Fake Out Indeedee, then that's pretty bad for me momentum-wise. But we'll see. They switch Rillaboom in, but in the slot with Fake Out, so I will still get the Trick Room up. And what is to stop me from just going Helping Hand, Terra Flying, Rock Slide here? Oh, well, I guess fake out from the Rillaboom. Because once I go Terra Flying, I'm not... Well, I don't have my terrain up anymore anyway. But they actually switch Rillaboom out, playing pretty passively, and I do think it's hurting them so far, as their Pokemon take a lot of damage from that Rock Slide. Primarina just goes right for Perish Song. My Pokemon are trapped on the field. Doesn't really cost them anything to protect here, but I'll just Helping Hand and Rock Slide, catch something if I can. Actually switch Rillaboom into the Primarina slot. Now they fake out Rampardos, and they're going to be able to do that again next turn. They might get me with the Perish Trap mode. I mean, there's not much I can do here. Just throw off a Dazzling Gleam and a Rock Slide, but I think they'll fake out Rampardos again. They do. Well, that's why I didn't go Helping Hand there, but I think I am just trying now on this last turn of Perish Song to trade these two Pokemon for whatever I can, which doesn't feel great. At least I got to use Rampardos in a game, though. Take that off the checklist. As Incineroar comes in, well, it's not going to enjoy taking this Rock Slide if it connects. And it does, but now, of course, I lose my Trick Room for the rest of the game as both my Pokemon go down here. I have accumulated a good bit of damage on their Pokemon, but I can outspeed everything I have now. I've got Ursaluna and Armarouge. They're just going to melt to Hyper Voice. I can't even use my Terra anymore. Well, we'll try to give them a fight still, but they definitely got me with that Perish Song. Yeah. Actually, that would have been a good time to use Protect on Armarouge. Might have still been able to win if I had done that. Funnily enough. I'll Facade Primarina, and now I'll Protect Armarouge. And if I can get Primarina out of here... Never mind. There may have been a fighting chance, but there isn't anymore. Gothitelle can just fake me out. Yeah. Okay. So game 1 went pretty badly. Over to game 2. Does the Garganacl have Wide Guard? It does. They didn't bring it that game. Also, I do have attacks into it with Armarouge. I think I lead Armarouge this time. Well, I don't know. The Gothitelle is kind of a problem. Let's try Torkoal Lilligant mode this time. Lilligant can threaten Primarina with Solar Blade, and it can't be faked out. And I'll just bring Indeedee and Armarouge in the back. Yeah. It's they're a Steel Primarina. Okay. Just protect Torkoal and throw a Solar Blade at Primarina this turn. It can Terrasilize if it wants, but then it becomes vulnerable to Torkoal on the next turn. They could just knock Lilligant out with something. They go for the fake out. That is not going to work because of the Covert Cloak. Incineroar in. I'll try to go after you Eruption. They can fake out Torkoal if they want. It's not like I can switch here. Do fake out Torkoal. And KO Lilligant with Psychic Noise, so maybe I had a better play there. But now I'll try to set Trick Room up. Not a whole lot to stop me here. I can rely on Terra Fairy and Indeedee again. Don't love how dependent I've become on that, but is what it is. We take that knockoff nicely and Trick Room up. Torkoal gets a little bit of recovery from the grassy terrain. That's kind of nice, and we'll just Helping Hand Eruption this turn. They can fake out Torkoal, but, well, what can you do? I don't want to switch Armarouge in here. If they knock off into the Torkoal slot, I really don't want Armarouge taking that. A Parting Shot instead. Okay. Now they'll bring Gothitelle in. I won't be able to get rid of that, but Torkoal is still almost full. They should still do some damage with the Helping Hand. Oh yeah, they can just cycle Fake Out forever. I forgot. Half their team has Fake Out. They can just do it again here. And because my Pokemon are trapped, they can just stall this out as long as they want, huh? I might have to risk switching Indeedee out to get the Psychic Terrain back up. It's the last turn of Trick Room, too. Alright, we're just going to go for it. Might be pretty obvious, but they've really got me in a bind here. Parting Shot into Torkoal again. And I can't switch now, so I can't get the terrain back up yet. Hopefully I can get an attack off with something. Now it'll be with Torkoal this turn. Torkoal is so nerfed at this point. I mean, yeah. What do you even do? They're probably just not letting Armarouge attack because they've gotten so much damage into Torkoal. Take out Armarouge, yeah. Another Eruption doesn't do much. Here, I guess I have to switch to Indeedee. Yeah, and then they can't fake out Armarouge at least. And I probably go for an Armor Cannon into the Incineroar slot. Because I can't let that have a knockoff. Oh, I meant Aurasphere. I meant Aurasphere. I'm playing so... I'm really... They're really getting in my head here. But, okay, getting an Armor Cannon to Gothitelle is actually good. If this KOs, it doesn't. Okay. Great. Amazing. Try to get that Aurasphere now, where I think the Incineroar is coming in. Oh, we knocked out the Incineroar. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't get terrain control now because Gothitelle is just stuck on the field forever. I can try to set Trick Room. They might not let me. But if they do, then maybe Armarouge can do a little more damage before it goes down, and maybe Torkoal can win the endgame. It's been a frustrating one. Not in a bad way. My opponent's just not making it easy for me. Which, of course, is not their job. Whoa, that Woodhammer almost takes out Indeedee. The Psychic Noise finishes it off, so I don't get Trick Room. Try to get the double protect on Armarouge, because having two Pokemon, if I can knock out the Rillaboom here, will be a lot better than having one. Will Earth Power KO the Rillaboom? Yes. Then I just have to beat Gothitelle. Just have to land this Heat Wave. Hopefully that'll do it. Single target Heat Wave and Sun. Protect. Single target Heat Wave and Sun. Okay, we took game 2, but man, they were in my head for a while there. I think Lilligant Torkoal is right. Honestly, I think Armarouge and Indeedee is right too. It's just a tough matchup, but I think I have the right Pokemon. in game 2, and I just have to play them correctly. Okay, Gothitelle, Rampardos. If this works, I get a lot of momentum. What's the Terra type on the Rampardos? It's flying. Ooh, this isn't going to work, is it? If this works, I get a lot of momentum. Okay, good start. But now I go back into fake out hell, don't I? Oh no, it's Primarina. Okay. Terra Steel. I'm gonna call it the Primarina terrestrializes here. If I'm throwing solar blades around, I'm calling that the Primarina terrestrializes. I could even go Terra Fire Torkoal. Honestly, maybe I should. But I don't know. The way this set's been going, I don't think I should use my Terra this early. But that might be a mistake. But I'm calling that the Primarina. Okay, protects. Well, they don't quite get the KO into Lilligant, at least. This time I'm calling that the Primarina doesn't terrestrialize because I just showed that I'm ready for it to do that. Playing aggressively, I know. I'd like to just break through this if I can and not play a game like that second one. But they might punish it. We'll see. If they terrestrialize and get me with damage into Torkoal, oh, they just bring Rillaboom in. Well, that's going to drop, I think. And they won't be able to pivot around anymore. I've taken Fake Out off the board for the rest of the game, so we're definitely not repeating game 2. And here I'm actually just going to go for a Sleep Powder into Primarina to cover for anything it might do, but never mind. That was a tough set, but we did it. 2-0. They really pushed me there. GG's. And it looks like we were last set to finish. I'm not really shocked after the way those games went. So round 3 should be up any moment. Yeah. Looks like someone dropped. We're down to 6 players. I'm up against the only other 2-0 here. They have Life Orb, Sheer Force, Rampardos, Rock Slide, Brick Break, Iron Head, and Protect. Why didn't I think of Life Orb with Sheer Force? But I kind of like the Clear Amulet, so it's fine. Grimmsnarl, Goldango, Talonflame, Dragonite, Annihilate, Scarf Annihilate, Banded Dragonite, Specs Goldango. This is going to be a slugfest. This might be a quick one. I think they're going to challenge me because they asked about my showdown name. They've got screens too, though. This team might just be playing better than mine, but we'll see. I think I have to go for Trick Room here. Do I lead in DD? Does the Talonflame have Taunt? Does. Like that for me. Let's lead in DD Rampardos and try to threaten the Talonflame. if they lead with that. Honestly, maybe I should even consider like Lilligant stuff if I'm worried about them leading Talonflame, but that can be a game 2 thing. No, let's just lead Lilligant right. No. No. Lilligant needs the sun to go super fast. We'll try and DD Rampardos and we'll think about something sillier. Game 2 if it comes to that. Dragonite has Ice Spinner, that's good to keep in mind. I don't know, we'll just bring Ursaluna. I don't think this is the right mode. As, yeah, it's the Scarf Annihilate and the Talonflame, so kind of got my number here, I think. But we'll try. Taking DD out, so they deny Trick Room this game. They do at least miss a Will-O-Wisp into Rampardos. The Talonflame drops even after it's Terra, so a bit of luck for me there. And bring in Ursaluna. They, of course, cannot Terrestrialize their Rampardos now. Unfortunately, my Pokemon are going to be slower than theirs, but it'd be cool if this works. No. I guess I needed to Terrestrialize the Ursaluna and just either protect Rampardos or accept that it might drop to my own Earthquake. But yeah, they just kind of get me here. Alright, game 2. Is there any way that I can make sure I get Trick Room up? Or do I just need Lilligant? I guess we'll try Lilligant. I'm not even bringing Trick Room. This seems pretty, it feels pretty doomed. But we'll see. If Talonflame goes for Brave Bird, then it's not going for... Never mind, that thought wasn't going anywhere coherent. Yep, just trying to get around the Brave Bird there. Annihilate takes out Torkoal. I can now get Lilligant back in, and the Talonflame doesn't have priority Brave Bird anymore. But how do I beat Goldango? Your guess is as good as mine. Guess I hope that Lilligant survives this turn and I can win the game with Ursaluna. Can't even flinch the Goldango because, of course, I'm running Sheer Force. Lilligant does not survive the turn. So yeah, I think this was a quick one, and my team was just not up to it. Maybe if I put Trick Room on Armarouge, even then it would be tricky, but I think that would have taken some pressure off. I do still have my Terra available, so I can avoid a Brick Break here. But single target, make it rain at only -1 does a lot of damage, and... Oh, I actually won the game. Whoops. It's like, how did the game end there? I actually won with the Ghost Terra. My opponent says, oh, my opponent called GG, and then they forgot, they hadn't noticed I had the Terra Ghost. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to work a second time. What if I lead in DD Armarouge, but I just rip an Expanding Force instead of trying to set Trick Room? And then, like, Torkoal Lilligant, but I kind of feel like I need Ursaluna. Honestly, Ursaluna and Lilligant. I mean, Lilligant, even without Chlorophyll, is faster than a lot of their team. Once these two are off the board. So let's just follow me in Expanding Force this time. I actually think that's hard for them to deal with in this position. But maybe I'm forgetting something. I really missed the Terra Ghost. Don't beat yourself up. It happens to all of us. Okay, single target Expanding Force actually does a lot to Goldango with that crit. Unfortunately, I'm in a bit of a bind here because I want to bring Lilligant in, but they're still threatening it with the Talonflame in the back. They actually bring in Rampardos, so I think that means I can just after you Expanding Force here. Yeah, takes out both Pokemon. And the Talonflame is not going to win it from here, so we actually managed to claw this one back when I thought it was over. I don't think Talonflame can beat us at this point. I still have Ursaluna in the back and everything. I don't know if I beat this team again in Top Cut, but thought it was doomed for a while there. GG's. Okay, I make it official. Actually, I think we both forgot that the Brave Bird wouldn't work in Psychic Terrain, but it doesn't matter. Talonflame drops, and somehow we win round 3. That makes me the last undefeated player in the tournament, and it looks like that was the first round 3 set to finish, so we actually get a little bit of a breather now. I just closed the tab with my team sheet. I hope you weren't planning for me to tab back over to that. Actually, I can fix it. Hang on. There we go. It is new. The Protect is sitting right there. You can see it right now if you're watching. I didn't notice Arborouge had Protect until the first game, and I absolutely intended to give it Trick Room. Not a doubt in my mind that Trick Room was what I intended, but my brain automatically put Protect in the 4th slot or something. But hey, hasn't hurt us too much so far. Looks like it is still 4 rounds of Swiss, so there should be one more after this. My opponent's now talking in the Discord about losing because they didn't see the Ghost Terra. Oh, another set finished, so there's just one left. And looks like they're reporting scores as they go, and it's 1-0 right now, so they're probably playing game 2. I really was getting absolutely dominated in that last set until the last turn of game 2. And then I turned it around from there. But I enjoy that kind of thing. I had a set like that at a regional once. Kind of like that. I think I hacked the opponent instead of them missing something on my team sheet, but I don't remember the details now. But then I found the right mode in game 3. I think it's good to have that little bit of resilience. It can really pay off in a tournament, as we're seeing. Anyway, it looks like round 3 is finished. So we wait for what's next. Hopefully, if I face that opponent again, I'll remember what worked this time. Oh yeah, people are playing the Grand Challenge right now. I'm not playing that because I still can't find my Scarlet and Violet cartridges. I think I might actually have lost them, but we'll see. I won't be participating at all in that, but good luck to everyone who is. Oh, new round. We are getting a fourth round of Swiss. Looks like. Oh, interesting. There are 3 players at 2-1, but I've already played all of them. So instead, I'm getting pull up and have it. I keep mentioning that someone brings a Dunsparce to these tournaments. It is the same person every time, and their name is on Limitless is Dunsparce. So I think they're intentionally using Dunsparce on every team, doing their own Theorymon Thursday every day. This person also has Golduck and Pikachu. In any case, my first time playing the Dunsparce, though I've seen it in the standings many times. So we'll see how it goes. Man, what is this team? What is this barrel? Top, what was that? Top 100 on the doubles OU ladder. Maybe that isn't a barrel. I don't know what that is. Look at this Golduck set, though. Mental Herb, Swift Swim, Skill Swap, Psychic, Muddy Water, Icy Wind. They got the Pikachu. Room Service Torkoal, so they can go slower than me. Let's just do this. Game 1. Test the waters. There's the Dunsparce. Choice Scarf, Terra Ghost, Rock Slide, Headbutt, Coil, Roost. So it's trying to do flinch stuff with Serene Grace. I'd like to not let it do that, but it's Scarfed, and it'll get Tailwind this turn. Let's see if Lilligant still goes first. I don't know how fast Dunsparce is. Lilligant does not go first. Does it flinch? Nope. Torkoal does. Also, the After You was made useless there by, their Pokemon going first. Alright, guess we'll switch to Heat Wave and just try to rip a close combat into the Dunsparce. I didn't think they would Terra if they didn't last turn. Oh, Lilligant can't be flinched by this because of the Covert Cloak. I forgot. That's not only for Fake Out. Torkoal could still flinch, though. And unfortunately, I've lost all my speed control. I didn't bring Trick Room. My Rampardos is going to be slower than theirs, I'm pretty sure. Body Press, Rock Slide, Assurance, Thunder Punch. Okay. Well, maybe they'll let me have this. They're really just going for flinch moves on everything, huh? Even Dark Pulse can flinch. I think they're going to get me this game. I think I need Trick Room, but I have to figure out how to set it up. Well, hold on. You have a ground resist in at least. But they still have another Pokemon in the back. And I get flinched again. At least I can throw off Earthquakes now and not nerf myself with Headlong Rush, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, they take game 1. Okay, I need Trick Room. How do I get it? In the face of that oh my god. Of that Dunsparce. I think I maybe lead Indeedee Lilligant and try to put the Dunsparce to sleep. It can tear a ghost around close combat, but not sleep powder. And then Armarouge hits their whole team hard in Trick Room, except Murkrow. And Ursaluna's probably fine. Or I could bring Rampardos. I don't know. If this works, maybe I bring Rampardos in game 3. But yeah, I'll just try to set Trick Room and put the Dunsparce to sleep. Yep, it's sleepy. I get the Trick Room. No flinch on Indeedee this turn. I would like to get some damage on the Murkrow if I can. And might as well just attack the Dunsparce. If Murkrow knocks out Lilligant here, that probably actually benefits me. It does. Because now I can get whoever I want in. Let's go Armarouge. I'm not that afraid of a Dark Pulse from Murkrow. Torkoal Earth Power is a little awkward, so I think we Terra Grass Armarouge here. We'll just Dazzling Gleam and Expanding Force. Terra Grass. Yep, to deal with that, and to a lesser extent, the Dark Pulse that I think they're going to throw off with the Terra Dark Murkrow. Except it just gets KO'd by Indeedee, so never mind. There's their Rampardos. What's this item? Life Orb. Okay. Yeah, we'll just do this. I guess Expanding Force probably was more sensible, but it doesn't matter. We take game 2. Over to game 3. Probably I'd do something similar this game. Indeedee, Lilligant, Armarouge, Rampardos, I think this time. I think Rampardos covers their team a little better than Ursaluna does. At least in some spots. Maybe not. But it's the Rampardos tournament. Let's just do it. Dunsparce and Murkrow. Hopefully this works again. I realized I had a bit of luck last game against this Rock Slide. Get the Dunsparce to sleep. They just go right for a Dark Pulse into Indeedee, and Indeedee flinches. That's really bad. Really bad. What is the Murkrow? The Murkrow is Prankster. So I might be able to put it to sleep and set Trick Room. Yeah, okay, that works. Game saved. And we'll just Dazzling Gleam and knockout to Dunsparce, I guess. Maybe I should have taken the window to switch Lilligant out there. They probably knock out one of my Pokemon soon and give me something in for free. They didn't set Tailwind this time, though. The Torkoal can take out both of my Pokemon. But I think I'm just not... I don't have Protect on them. I could switch Armarouge in and get a Flash Fire, but I don't... I think I just let my Pokemon go down here. Yep, they both dropped the Eruption. 2 turns of Trick Room left, but I can do a lot with those. And it starts right here with, I think... Nah, no Aura Sphere. Just Expanding Force. And Rock Slide. Torkoal will... Oh, no. We Terra Grass Armarouge again. There we go. Torkoal will go first. This goes for Eruption, but that Flash Fire on the Armarouge. Rock Slide takes out Murkrow and almost Torkoal. Expanding Force finishes Torkoal off, and it's the last turn of Trick Room, but they're down to Rampardos. They don't have Protect. Just Expanding Force and Stomping Tantrum. That should do it. Forgot they wrote forgot he had that. I think that's about Armarouge having flash fire. But GG's my opponent. That is 2-1 win in round 4. So undefeated in Swiss this time. That's a new one for me. Probably the first time in any tournament, online, official, unofficial, in person, doesn't matter, that I've gone undefeated in Swiss. Feels kind of nice, but I think this was kind of a rush tournament for everyone. The short notice and whatnot. So one of the Discord wrote Henry got oops, real name leak there. Oh well. They wrote Slowpoke Well got rid of my worst matchup. Let's go. They definitely said Slowpoke Well. That's the name of this channel. Yep. Hi, Spooky. Spooky, if you didn't catch it earlier, I built this team so hastily. I only finished it a few minutes before the tournament because I mean they only announced today that the Theorymon Pokemon would be Rampardos. And so I have Protect on my Armarouge when I absolutely 100% meant it to be Trick Room. And my only Trick Room setter is Indeedee. But I've been making do. I just have a Sunroom team with Rampardos where you'd normally find a Gallade, so only one Trick Room setter is kind of awkward. But I guess it's working out so far. One set's still going in round 4, by the way. Oh, hi, Robbie. Isn't it late over where you are? It's about 11 p.m. for me. Not that I'm judging. I stay up way too late all the time. Haven't seen you here before, by the way. Chat, 1 minute delay. I've only ever streamed Limitless tournaments so far, and I've just put 1 minute delay on every one of them. So I noticed you were in chat a minute before I acknowledged you. A minute before you heard me acknowledge you. And yeah, like I was just saying, Theorymon Thursday, Rampardos is mandatory. I just put Rampardos on a Sunroom team where you'd normally see Gallade. I kind of messed up in the builder and accidentally put Protect on Armarouge where I meant to put Trick Room. It's consistent across my team sheet, the showdown import and everything, because I was just copying and pasting. I haven't been penalized for a team sheet error or anything, but my only Trick Room setter is Indeedee because I dropped the Gallade and I messed up the Armarouge set. But I'm making do. It's going fine so far somehow. Still one set in round 4 going on. And it is the last round of Swifts. Indeed, he does tend to do the trick. Yeah, but there have been a couple of games, I think, where I wanted to follow me Trick Room and I just couldn't. and I've just thrown the early Terra Fairy on Indeedee to get it through a turn or something like that. I didn't think our time difference was that big, Robbie. Well, like I said, I'm in no position to judge. Surprised I'm online. Oh, looks like the round is finished. A new round has started, so top cut, I guess. Okay, looks like it's 4-person cut. And this is, I think, a rematch against my round 1 opponent. Yep, with the Scarf Rampardos, the Rabombi. I just blew them away with Trick Room stuff in round 1, but maybe they've figured out an adjustment now. So this will be top 4, like I said. Just wait for them to respond in Limitless chat, or they could just challenge me on Showdown. I should keep an eye on that. But yeah, Indeedee and Armarouge just ran away with both games against this opponent in round 1. I think I had Rampardos and Ursaluna in the back, but I never even brought them in. Probably just start with the same stuff and see if they have found an adjustment. And this is the kind of matchup where I was just burning the Terra Fairy and Indeedee turn 1. Oh, okay, they've responded. Oh, they say, I'm sorry, I need to go. So we might not play a top 4 set after all. The judge can count me as auto loss. Being interrupted. Okay, I don't really know what their situation is, but it looks like they have to drop for some reason. I'll just request a judge. I don't know why. I feel like that did come out correctly, but I felt like I'd messed up saying it somehow. I'll just request a judge. They might be dealing with it on the Discord already. I don't know, but no top 4 to play. I'll actually go to bed today. Okay. Glad to hear that you're going to sleep at all, Robbie. Yep. Thanks for the well wishes. You sleep well. I don't know how much attention the hosts are actually paying to the Limitless side of things. I might have to ping them on Discord or something. But I did request a judge a minute ago, and nothing yet. And it looks like the other semifinal is between my round 2 opponent and my round 3 opponent. After my round 1 opponent has dropped here. Okay. Just gonna type in the Discord. My opponent says they're dropping. A judge can confirm. Or a judge can confirm. Judges, please confirm. A judge can confirm. these. It's very awkward wording, but that's how it's coming out right now. Oh, and they just showed up. And yep, so it's just a 2-0 without playing it. A little anticlimactic, but now we wait for another rematch in the final. All done, says the host. Yep. Well, here we go, inexperienced streamer mode, and I don't know how to fill time while I wait for the other semi-final. Hopefully it won't take very long. A lot of the sets in this tournament have been quick. I guess it's easier if I just marked down 2 wins. Well, you're probably responding to whatever was going on a minute ago. I feel like in most limitless tournaments I've played, you request a judge in a situation like that and they deal with it, but by the time I'm seeing your message, it's worked out anyway, so all good. But yeah, I did think of that. I just wasn't sure it was the right way to do it. Wanted to make sure everything was on the level. Still looking like 0-0 in the other set. I don't know whether they're still in game 1 or they're just going to report everything at the end. But one of these players is the one who ran a bunch of fake out spam against me, so they probably are playing the longest sets of the tournament. Could kind of add to the time that it takes here. Looking at the standings tab, there were some interesting teams that got disqualified, I think, for not having Rampardos. There was the Ninetales, or an Alolan Ninetales Frostmoth team. There was the one I mentioned earlier with the Pom Pom Oricorio and the Quaquaval and Volcarona. Well, just follow the assignment next time. They can bring all kinds of creative stuff. Okay, looks like it's 1-0 now in the other top 4 set, so they are reporting scores as they go, and they'll be on game 2 now. Hopefully not too much longer. Also noticing as I go through the standings tab that almost everyone has Rampardos in the first slot of their team, as I do, because it's the starting point. One person put it in the last slot, and one person put it in the 5th slot, which is... You kind of wonder whether they tacked Rampardos onto something else they were cooking anyway. I don't know. Again, it would make sense when there wasn't a ton of time to build for this, to put it mildly. I don't know if you can put into Limitless that you're streaming on YouTube. I know you can pair a Twitch account, but the streams tab is just empty for this tournament, as it always is when I do these, because I don't know a way to tie a YouTube stream to that. I haven't tried very hard, admittedly. A lot of Choice Scarf and Life Orb Rampardos stuff. Like I said, my first thought was Scarf Rampardos for this tournament, but then my second thought was Trick Room with Rampardos. And one reason I thought that might be a little iffy was Rampardos is slow, but it's not that slow. And if I went up against other Trick Room teams, that might not be able to keep up in the Trick Room. But it looks like one, maybe two other people brought Rampardos with Trick Room. One certainly did. Yeah, there were a couple others, but looks like Trick Room with Rampardos was not what most people went for. Oh, is it? Oh, whoops. Final set. Hello to my opponent. It is my round 3, I think, opponent, the one with the Scarf Annihilate. I remember who challenged whom last time. Oh, they sent one. Okay, this is it, the final of the Rampardos tournament. All comes down to this. I don't feel the same kind of tension that I did last night, but it is another limitless final. 2 nights in a row. Wow. Okay, so the mode that I eventually found against this was... what was it? How did I beat this? They were leading Annihilate, Talonflame every game. Annihilate was using Final Gambit. I was worried of leading Lilligant because of the possible Talonflame, Brave Bird. Just do this, I guess. I don't think it's right, but I can't remember what mode I found earlier. Oh, good luck, have fun. Keep forgetting to do that. I think they're going to stop my Trick Room, but if they do, I can at least rip off a big Expanding Force. They actually switch the Talonflame out. They knock out Armarouge, but that means they don't deny Trick Room. I can get Ursaluna in here. On their Goldango and Rampardos. Terra Steel Goldango, Terra Grass Rampardos. Oh, this is the opponent who didn't see the Terra Ghost, right? Is it? In which case they were dominating me until that one turn. And then, yeah, I figured out a good mode in game 3, but it's not coming to me right now. I'm just going to Dazzling Gleam and Protect, get my Flame Orb and read what they do. Yeah. Get a little bit of chip. They go right for the Brick Break into Ursaluna. And they make it rain. I think I'm just going to go for the Terra Ghost Ursaluna again, so... And now I know they can't Terra Grass the Rampardos, so I can rip off an Earthquake just fine. Take out my own Indeedee and hopefully both of their Pokemon. They protect Rampardos. So we've traded Indeedee for Goldango there. I think is okay. They have Rampardos and Talonflame. I have Rampardos and Ursaluna. That looks pretty good for me, I think. In Trick Room, yeah. Rock Slide. Headlong Rush into Rampardos, because I can't... Or I don't want to Earthquake next to my Rampardos when I can't Terrasilize it. Did I miss the Rock Slide? But they went for Will-O-Wisp into Ursaluna. Did they misclick? I feel like they must have. It's already burned, and also the burn is beneficial to it. But okay, we take game 1. That mode felt pretty good. I might just run it back in game 2. Make them show me what they have to stop it. Almost forgot to agree to open team sheets there. You're thinking. I don't know what they're gonna do. Maybe something with the Dragonite, Choice Band, Ice Spinner. They do bring Dragonite to this game. They can clear the terrain if they want. I still get Trick Room, I think. And I'm actually just going to try protecting Armarouge this time. I think they Final Gambit it again. And then Dragonite looks to attack Indeedee and maybe clear the terrain, because you don't want to Ice Spinner into Armarouge, ideally. Called it wrong. They Final Gambit into Indeedee and just lock Dragonite into Outrage, and I might just lose to that. I'm not sure I have an answer to that. I think I kind of have to just hope that I'm lucky here. Well, alright. Better lucky than good. Or so a tournament opponent said to me at, I think, a regional once. Or no, I think it was at an IC, but not lucky this time. And I've used my Terra, so I actually can't get them with the Terra Ghost this time. That Outrage just did so much, and I don't have any thing for it, really. I don't have a Steel type, I don't have a Fairy type. I'm in a bad spot. I'm just going to lose to Goldengo here. Alright, game 3. This is it. The whole tournament on the line. I don't know how we beat that Dragonite. I don't know whether I beat that Dragonite. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to bring Lilligant Torkoal. Can I do that? Here's what I'm thinking. They lead. Something with the Annihilate again. After you, Eruption, Dragonite threatens something. I'm thinking they don't lead the Talonflame, basically. If they lead the Talonflame, then I probably just lose. That's how we're gonna do this. Oh, I'll bring in Indeedee. And I guess I'll put it all on Ursaluna in the back. They do lead the Talonflame with the Annihilate. They go back to the same lead from every game except that last one, so they got me there. Good job. Switch Indeedee into the Torkoal. I think the Torkoal slot is where the Final Gambit is going. Do I just sack Torkoal? It honestly might be the lesser evil. Okay. Trade Torkoal for their Final Gambit. Get Lilligant in here. I can threaten to sleep on the Talonflame if it doesn't Terrasilize. If it does Terrasilize, I'm in danger. They can taunt Indeedee. It does Terrasilize. And taunts Indeedee. Yeah, I think they just... They got everything right this game. And I think I just lose to that. Probably. If they Will-O-Wisp Ursaluna here, then that much is good news for me. They go for a priority Brave Bird in Psychic Terrain. Accomplishing nothing. Fortunately, it's not priority anymore. Probably should have just protected Ursaluna there. But yeah, I think I just lose now. Alright, well, fell just short in the end, but that was a fun tournament for sure. I wouldn't say that Rampardos put in a ton of work, but I also wouldn't say that it put in zero work. But in the end, I wouldn't say that it's good. But it'd be fun to mess around with suboptimal Pokemon. I do really like a tournament that makes us do that. So, yeah, fun time all around. second place, 5-1 record. The team I slapped together not entirely correctly. This team right here. We'll just call it there, I think. I don't know when I'll be back with another one. Probably still want to play a Biff Pip Battle Frontier or two soon, but yeah, we'll see when I have time. But yeah, I'll be back whenever that is.